Hello students, today I am here with a new topic, new ideas and religions. In this topic I am going to discuss with you causes for the emergence of new religions like Jainism and Buddhism. First I am going to discuss with you the Upanishads. In Sanskrit the word Upanishad literally means at the feet of the guru or teacher. Upanishads are a part of the later Vedic period. They came into existence as a result of the efforts made by thinkers trying to find answers to various difficult questions on life after death, the universe, and the presence of an eternal being. These thinkers emphasized good deeds and advocated leading a pure and simple life. It also highlighted the uselessness of costly sacrifices. The Upanishads were authored by learned Vedic saints such as Yajnavalkya, Aruni, Shandilya, and Atri. The Upanishads are read even today. They have been translated in several languages such as Persian, English, and French. Many of the ideas of the Upanishads were later developed by the famous thinker and teacher of Hinduism Adi Shankaracharya. Now I am going to discuss with you the causes of rise of new religions. During the later Vedic period, religious life came to be dominated by Brahmins, with complex and elaborate rituals and sacrifices. Religion lost its appeal to the common people. The rigid caste system led to inequalities and conflicts among people. Brahmanas, who were priests and gurus, claimed the highest status in the social order. They enjoyed special privileges and did not even pay taxes. Kshatriyas did not like this domination of the Brahmanas. Vaishyas agriculture and were engaged in cattle rearing and trade were the main taxpayers. They were a wealthy class, but in the Vedic religion, they were placed below the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas. They therefore preferred a religion in which they enjoyed a better position and privileges in the society. Shudras, who were at the lowest class of the social order, worked as craftspeople and laborers. These social classes did not enjoy any rights. They thus looked for a religion that could treat. Most of the religious literature was in Sanskrit, whereas the languages of the common people were Pali and Prakrit. Therefore, they could not read the religious texts. The Brahmanas made use of people's ignorance and misused power to become wealthy and powerful in society. Complex and expensive rituals came to be disliked by people. These circumstances led to the emergence of many new religious sects. Among these, Jainism and Buddhism were the most popular and developed into well-organized religions. So students, first I am going to discuss with you the Jainism. Vardhaman Mahavira was the founder of Jainism. He was born in 599 BCE in Muzaffarpur district of Bihar. His father was Siddhartha and his mother was a Lichvi princess. The sufferings of people disturbed him and he left home at the age of 30 to seek truth and enlightenment. For the next 12 years, he meditated and led a life of severe austerity. He finally attained Kaivalya or enlightenment. He came to be called Jinnah or the conqueror, one who has conquered all feelings of sorrow and happiness. His followers came to be known as Jainas. Mahavira passed away in 527 BCE at the age of 72 at Pavapuri. Teachings of Mahavira. Mahavira was against sacrifice. He taught people to lead a simple and virtuous life. He believed that every object, even the smallest particle, possessed a soul. Therefore, one had to follow the principle of non-violence and stop killing animals, or human beings. Three jewels of three Ratnas of Jainism are right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Thus, the teachings of Mahavira may be summed up as follows: Ahimsa towards all beings, Satya, speaking the truth, Asteya, the practice of not stealing, Tyaga, not owning property and leading a detached life, Brahmacharya, leading a life of celibacy. The Jainas came to be divided into two main sects: the Shwetambaras, white clad, those who dress in white and wear a cloth over their mouth, and the Digambaras, sky clad, those who do not wear clothes. Some popular Jaina temples are Dilwara temples in Chittor, Khajuraho, and Ranakpur. Students, now I am going to discuss with you Buddhism. The founder of Buddhism was Siddhartha Gautama. He was a prince of the Sakya clan. His father Suddhodana was the king of Kapilvastu, and his mother was Queen Maya. He was born in Lumbini Grove in Nepal in 566 BCE. It is said that from the beginning, Siddhartha had little interest in worldly affairs and spent meditating. The four famous sites of life of Gautam Buddha. One day Siddhartha, on a visit to the city, saw four sights: a sick man, an old man, a dead person, and an ascetic. He was so disturbed seeing these sights that he quietly left home at the age of 29 to seek answers to the problem of suffering. Near Gaya for 6 years, he undertook severe penances and found answers to his questions and attained enlightenment. After this, he came to be known as Buddha or the Enlightened. He delivered his first sermon at Sarnath called the Dharma Chakra Pravartana. For the rest of his life, Buddha traveled throughout the Gangetic plains of northern India, teaching a wide range of people. The Buddha's main teachings are contained in Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Paths. Teaching of Gautam Buddha, the two extremes of any sort. Buddha's teachings arise from the Four Noble Truths. There is suffering in this world. Each suffering has a cause. The cause is desire. It is possible to put an end to suffering if desire is removed. According to the Buddha, the Eightfold Path of Ashtangic Marg consisted of the following: right view, right attitude, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, mindfulness, and right concentration. By following the Eightfold Path, a person could attain enlightenment and truth. A very important teaching of Buddha was to follow the middle path, neither to give up all worldly possessions, nor live in luxury. Buddha preached equality of all human beings and rejected the importance given to the Varna system. He had no faith in the authority of the Vedas or Vedic sacrifices. He offered kindness and ahimsa or non-violence. He forbade the killing of animals as part of religious sacrifices. Now students, I am going to discuss with you Buddhist sacred literature. Buddhist literature consists of the three Pitakas or three baskets. Number 1, the Sutta Pitaka, a book containing the Buddha's teachings. Number 2, the Vinaya Pitaka, a book containing rules for monks and nuns. And number 3, Abhidhamma Pitaka, philosophical principles of the religion. Gautam Buddha taught in the language of the ordinary people, Prakrit, so that everybody could understand his message. Buddhism spread not only in India but also in several other countries. It became popular in Sri Lanka, Tibet, China, Japan, Burma, Thailand, and Indonesia. Many Indian rulers such as Emperor Ashoka, Kanishka, and Harshvardhana became Buddhist. Both Jainism and Buddhism so that they could concentrate on attaining true knowledge. Groups of such people who had left their homes often stayed, prayed, meditated, and lived together in a kind of association or assembly called the Sanghas. Both men and women were allowed to join, though there were separate branches for each. They were expected to lead a simple life and beg for their food. They were called bhikshus and bhikshunis, in monks and nuns. Monasteries and viharas. Both Buddhist and Jaina monks and nuns wandered from place to place, teaching and begging for food. According to this practice, monks and nuns remained in a fixed location for 3-month period. Over the years, monks and nuns felt the need for permanent shelters, and so monasteries or viharas were built. So, monks and nuns were living in the viharas, which were also known as monasteries. So students, in this session I discussed with you both the religions, Jainism and Buddhism. I hope you enjoyed the session, and this session helped you to understand the concept of both the religions. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.